On today's Toy Box Tuesday, we're going to take a look at another figure from the Titus wave. This time we're going to take a look at the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord figure. Welcome back. So yes, today we're going to take a look at Star-Lord. Now, unlike the other two figures that I reviewed on this channel, Star-Lord actually doesn't come with any pieces of Titus for his, well, Build-A-Figure, which is kind of sad, but oh well. I guess this Star-Lord figure, they figured to keep him separate from the others. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging of this figure. As you can see, very nice window display as always from all these Marvel Legends toys and figures. Very nice. You get the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 along with the Star-Lord logo there and the logo for the movie. You also get Star-Lord, an artist rendition of the Chris Pratt version of Star-Lord and movie version. Very nice. Get the emblem there of the Guardians as well as the back there. And you also get a read-up of Star-Lord along with a close-up of the figure, which looks pretty cool too. And of course, the other figures is in the wave that make up Titus, as I'll point out here. Again, we have Drax, Yondu, Masters of Mind, Vance Astro, Marvel's Angela, Masters of Mind Darkhawk, which is a variant from the Vance Astro version, Marvel's Nova, and of course Star-Lord. And of course, the Build-A-Figure, when we get to it eventually, is Titus there. So yeah, without further ado guys, in the next part of the video I'm going to take a closer look at this figure and we'll do a review for you guys. So yeah, stay tuned guys, more to come. And here's the figure out of packaging. And overall, Star-Lord does look pretty good. I mean, if you can tell here, while I'm holding this figure up, the face looks pretty good. Here's Star-Lord from the movie here. As you can see, very good likeness to Chris Pratt, I must say. I know previously, this isn't actually the first Marvel Legends figure that Hasbro released for the Star-Lord movie version. There's of course this one right here, and again, face sculpt wise looks nothing like Chris Pratt. Here looks exactly very much like Chris Pratt, pretty much as close you can get to Chris Pratt's face for a Marvel Legends scale, I would say. But yeah, pretty good, decent figure compared to, well, the other Marvel Legends one. But before we get into like articulation, looks, everything else wise, let's take a look at some of the accessories that come with the figure. So first, well, we'll wait for that one actually. First accessory obviously is Star-Lord's, well, famous pistols. We'll just zoom in a bit. As you can see, they're very nicely detailed. You get nice detailed etchings in the pistols there, like for his barrels or something like that. You get very nice detail with the gold or brass, and their handles look very good. You get very nice sculpted edges there, and at the back you get two little rivets there at the back of the gun. The other gun's the same, just like the other one. Nothing, whoop, before I drop it, nothing like the other one. It's pretty much the same as, well, this gun here. Same exact size of the other, same size, same color, anything that isn't different is just the same here, so it's no biggie. Looks pretty good, you know, can't complain. The other thing that comes with the Star-Lord figure is of course Chris Pratt's, well, not really Chris Pratt I mean, but Star-Lord's helmet, I should say. Again, phenomenal piece. I just love the design on this helmet. Looks really good, as you can see. Very, very nice. Get nice sort of detailing there, like it's been through wear and tear. As you can see, very nicely painted at the back. I like how it's sculpted there, so you get a bit of flesh up top. It's not like a whole piece like it should be, so Well, it's not really a whole piece, but it's very nice. So it's nice that they did that added detail in there. And of course, Chris Pratt's hair there is quite good. So, Chris Pratt's hair is quite nicely detailed as well, as you can see. Very nice indeed. And of course, the visors are actually, sorry guys, if you look very closely, do you kind of see eyeballs in there? They're like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's actually kind of neat. You get some kind of eyeball action in there, like he's looking into the helmet. That's actually really cool. I like that choice of detail. Now, as far as the figure goes, we'll just zoom out a bit. He's actually quite good, as I said. The only gripe I have with this figure, though, this part is removable if you decide to remove it. However, because of the fact that his sleeves are the same color as his coat, if you remove the jacket, you kind of have the off chance of having this kind of in the way type of thing. Kind of sucks, to be honest, because I think if Hasbro made a straight design where the vest is a completely removable option with the sleeves, it would have been nice and kind of a nice little touch to bump this figure up. But overall, that's just a minor complaint on this otherwise really good figure. As you can tell from the details there, they're quite nice. Get nice little wrinkles there, like he's actually wearing the jacket. Get nice textures within the jacket itself. The zipper is quite nicely detailed there. My camera can pick it up. Get nice little rivets, like a zippers going along there. And you get nice sort of line stitching in there. Get nice back. It's nice and textured. Nice seam at the back. Bunch of seams there. It's a very nice top part of the figure. The face too, as I said before, looks really good. It looks exactly like Chris Pratt from the movie. Phenomenal. Even his hands are very nicely detailed too. Get sort of veins going on in there. Get the nice detail at the hands. The fingernails are also really nicely sculpted. We can zoom in. Very nice indeed. Same with the other hand, very nicely detailed. His shirt is also nicely detailed too. You get the gear baby, and the beard too, as you can see. Very nice. Hasbro really went above and beyond with this figure to give it a nice likeness to little Chris Pratt. Very nice. I actually really like the Star-Lord face. It's actually really good. It's very good indeed. You also get these rivets here, which serve one purpose and one purpose only, is hook on to Star-Lord's, well, holsters, kind of just like in the movie. Oh, maybe. Oh, we'll just, oh, how do we, one sec guys, just bear with me. Here. Oh. These tend to pop out. That's the one gripe I have with this figure too, is the holsters tend to pop out. There. There, that's not bad. So they set it nicely. They do tend to pop out a little, so that's another problem with this figure, is the holster design could be a little tad bit better. But other than that, it's pretty cool. And plus, you know, this might be a glaring problem to some people, but actually it flows well with the figure. It just looks like it's part of the pants, kind of. Which it should be, because that's actually a nice detail in the movie for movie accurateness, because I think the holsters do fit at the side there for his guns. Also at the bottom of those pants, they're nice and detailed, sculpted, as you can see, nice textures. All the pants. Very clean paint, by the way. No paint bleedness at all. There's no specks, spots missing, etc. No paint chipping, which is a very nice thing indeed. Just a nice clean figure, which I always like. And of course his boots are nicely detailed. So overall, very nice figure. As far as articulation goes on this figure, he has a foot, well, will he move? Oh, we'll just not test that on that foot. Seems a little tight on that foot, but to move it. Ugh. There. Ever so slightly he has foot movement in the back there. For some odd reason, I don't know why, it just seems a little tight, as with most figures goes. He has it at the other one too, but very slight movement. I'm not going to bother moving it all the way. It just seems a little tight, so I don't want to do any damage to this otherwise awesome figure. But feet do move up and down. The boots move at the side there, as you can see. Nice side joint swivel. Bend at the knee. Does go full in and out at the knee. However, because of the way his holster peg is positioned, it doesn't go all the way out. So it's just like that, kind of. He has a full rotation in the arm. Can pop out of the shoulder like that. Can bend at the elbow. Very slightly though. Like that. So you can do a full up and down movement. It bends at the elbow like I said. And we'll just pop it out down. Moves at the wrist. Bends at the wrist. And that's pretty much it for articulation. He also has ab movement because of his jacket, the way it is. It's kind of ever so slightly, so you can go up and down if you wish. And he does have rotation in the head. It's on a ball joint, so you can go up, down, again ever so slightly because of the jacket being in the way. So it's not bad. It's not bad articulation wise. Fortunately, he's a little stiff because of the jacket, which again, if this was removed and this could have been a separate piece altogether, it would have been nicer for that, but otherwise just a minor gripe. Now, as far as I showed you how the guns go at the side here, today actually I'm going to show you how they fit in his hands. Now they're a little difficult, I must say. They're a little, finicky, so we'll just try and attempt it here. So from what I gather, you gotta fit it sorta from the thumb in. You gotta kinda wedge it between his finger and his whole, little loop there at his gun. So we'll just switch it around like so. One sec, I'll do this off camera so that way you guys don't see. There. Oh no. One sec, guys, bear with me. There we go, that's better. So, that's the one problem I have with this figure. His guns are difficult to get on. So, basically, if you guys didn't saw there, and I had to redo it again because they popped out again, they kind of sit ever so slightly like that. Just gotta do it just right, so that way they kind of fit nicely in the figure. Oh jeez. If they will stay in for me. There. It's got kind of play around with it. It's we'll try the other one. That's the one gripe I have with this figure also. His guns are kind of difficult to get in and and out. We'll also try it again here. Sorry about this, guys. Just gonna take a few extra tries there. Jeez. We'll just try it again. There. Yeah, it's not perfect. Like I said, it's... yeah. Maybe it goes the other way. Because I know in the movie it's a little... there. There, that's... yeah. Yeah, I mean... Hasbro could have threw in some alternate hands to make the process a little easier. This is just... frustrating, I should say, because this doesn't look right. I mean, you could play around with it and try to get it as good as you can, but yeah, it's probably about as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing. So that kind of knocks down a few pegs for this scorecard for this figure. That's kind of unfortunate, and we'll try the other one too while we're at it. I mean, I tried this before and it worked fine, so I don't know why it's giving me so much trouble. Again, it's kind of frustrating to watch, I know, because, well, I'm failing at it, and yeah. Yeah, it's crappy. Yeah, it's definitely crappy. Again, it's just the way his hands are positioned. I don't know why. Yeah, as soon as I took them out again. I don't know why, but the way his hands are positioned, it would have been so much nicer if Hasbro made this piece a little more shorter. I understand they're trying to go for movie accurateness, but I would have been totally fine if this part of the gun, or his space guns, or whatever you want to call them, where it was a little thinner piece, so that way it could fit in nicely like this. Like, it would have been so nice, Hasbro, if you did it that way. Instead of just, I don't know, try to... oh, as I drop the figure there. I don't know, as you try to finicky with it, through this two pieces right here. The problem is, these two bars block it, so you're spending, you know, considerable amount of time trying to get the guns just right. I mean, that's about as far as I can get with this guns here. Just try to fit it. It's just awful. Like, ugh. I do not like that at all. That's just a very bad design on this figure, and yeah, he's just gonna fall. So let's forget about trying to sorry, tongue-tied. Try to finesse trying to get these guns into his hands, but yeah, it's just not gonna work. As far as his alternate head goes, we'll just take it off like that. And as you can see, just on a ball and socket joint, and it'll fit on perfectly. We'll just do it on off camera. There. Like that. And to be honest, just like that, honestly. But to be honest, it looks very good. Well, one sec. We'll just get it on better. Yeah, that's better. That's about as good as it will get. But looks quite good, the alternate head. I mean, I would love for this figure to be able to be posed with the guns. It would have made much more sense to do it that way. But these guns are just hard to get on this figure. As you can see, I'm just struggling with it, but we'll try it one more time. Don't worry, guys. I mean, I didn't expect this video to go longer trying to finick with these guns here, but that's kind of disappointing. But what can you do? No. Ugh, man. Come on. There. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. I mean, Yeah, that's about... Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's about as good as you can get for displaying him with the guns. Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. I mean, you can probably, if you wanted to, get him to the point where it's kind of hides it if you look at it from this side, but as soon as you turn the figure this way, it's very noticeable. I mean, yeah, it just looks awkward on this figure. As you can tell, it just looks very awkward on this figure. Yeah. Unfortunately, if you can, you can play around with it and try to pose it best way you can to make it look somewhat visible. But like I said, it would have been nice if Hasbro did something to this part to make it fit, and it would have been a lot easier. Instead, because this piece is bigger than his actual hand, you kind of have to rely on these two holes here to make it look like he's holding it, which is, yeah, not good. Is he worth the $22 price point for that? I would say no. He's a nice figure on his own, but I would probably say if you saw this figure for like 17 bucks, 16, 15, I would say he's worth it. But as far as it stands, yeah, it's a good figure, I'll give it that, but with the holsters, the guns being so finicky and in design, and just that it's hard to display the Star-Lord without the guns, which is, you know, kind of silly not to display him with the guns he's holding. But I would have to give this figure a mild 8.5. He does look good, don't get me wrong, but just the way his hands are sculpted to position the guns is just a big drawback on me. I would give him a lower score, but to be honest, the way he's designed, the way he looks, how movie accurate he is to the actual Guardians, well, movies, I would have to say for Marvel Legend that is, you know, quite a really good figure, and probably better than the other Marvel Legends Star-Lord. I just wish Hasbro, again, put a little more effort into this Star-Lord and give us, you know, a removable jacket. Again, that's asking too much, but more so less, like, give us a better, you know, interchangeable hands at least to get these guns to fit into his hand better, because this is just what is just a big drawback of the figure, is trying to get the guns into his hands to the point of making it, you know, less, you know, silly. Like, again, it's just a minor gripe, but that's the reason why I'm giving this figure an 8.5. Is everything else is good, it's just that his guns and the way his hands are positioned, they don't look good. I mean, it could have been way more better, could have been designed a little better, but, you know, that's just my opinion. Overall, pretty good figure, just that those flaws are ones that I needed to address. But overall, I would say you should pick him up. Again, he doesn't come with anything Titus related, so again, it's a kind of iffy choosy thing. I would probably skip this figure if I was you, if you just don't want all this figure for the Titus wave. But if you want a decent Star-Lord figure that's at least better from the last Marvel Legends, I would say pick him up. Again, that's everything from me to you guys. Hope you enjoyed this review at the Marvel Legends Star-Lord from the Titus wave. And as always, stay tuned for more Toy Box Tuesdays. I'm coming with a lot of these soon, so a lot more coming my way. So hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, see you next time. See ya!